Greetings! In today's video, I will be taking a look at this really awesome new tablet from Parblo. If you remember, I did a video about a similar tablet from them that was pink. The main appeal of this new one is that it can be used in a wireless setup. So let's take a look at what we got. The box is really nice. It's well packaged. It's very simple. You get this box with cute art and some information on the back of the box, and then in the box you have a tray with everything in it. The tablet is nice, it's protected, there's a foam pad on top of it, and it's in a bag, and then it also has a screen protector on that you need to remove before using it. Under the tablet we can find our accessories. So you have a guide, which is always super helpful in setting up the tablet. I always start by reading it through so I know how to set everything up. In the guide, I found the little bag of replacement nibs, which is much appreciated. I haven't had this problem a lot with the Parblo tablet, but eventually, the more you use a drawing tablet like this, the more the nib wears out. So it's nice to have replacement nibs offered at the same time as you get the tablet. So we get 6 extra nibs for this pen. Speaking of the pen, it comes in a little protective bag. Again, it seems to be a very similar design to the pen from the pink tablet. And as you can see, it has a nice ergonomic shape. It's something that is very comfortable to hold because it's big enough so that you don't end up cramping your fingers too hard. In the end of the pen, you can unscrew the little cap, and that can be used as a storage for extra nibs. Also, the little metal ring with the Parblo logo on it, you can slide that off and use it to remove the nib to change it for a new one. So I like that everything you need can be carried with the pen at all times. Then we get a cable that is braided, so that's good. That makes it a lot more durable, and I feel like it makes it less stressful to travel with the cable, so you don't worry as much about wearing it out in your bags. A little detail that I appreciate with these cables from Parblo is that you get a silicone tie that comes attached to the cable. That way you cannot lose it. And it's a nice stretchiness, it looks durable, and it's really handy if you want to quickly pack up your cable and make sure it doesn't become a tangled mess. So one of the things that comes with the tablet that was useful for me is this little dongle here. They call it an OTG adapter in the guide. For me, it's a way that I can plug this in my computer, and when I need to recharge the tablet, I can have the USB cable plugged into it, and it works just fine. You don't have to use this dongle, it's just that my computer doesn't have any USB port per se, so I would need a converter of some sort, so this works perfectly for me. The tablet can be used while it's charging. As you can see here, I have the tablet plugged in, the little light is red, which means that it is currently charging, and you can also see the light that shows any contact that registers with the tablet. I didn't notice any issue between working with the tablet plugged in and the tablet wireless, except for the cable being in the way. When the little light goes from red to green, that means the tablet is fully charged. That means you can unplug it, and then you have a fully mobile tablet. I like this feature because the cable tends to get in the way if, like me, you draw with the right hand and you use your left hand for keyboard commands and all that, so the cable is always sort of in the way, and just removing the cable solves that problem. That's the main feature of this tablet after all, so I'm going to be using the tablet in a wireless setup. You'll be able to see that on the screen, and as that rolls, I'll be talking a bit more about my impressions of this tablet. There's a couple of features that are quite familiar to me. First of all, this tablet works without any kind of battery that you have to change. I know that some drawing tablet you might need batteries for the pen. It used to be a thing. I don't know if it's still a thing, but I remember early tablet designs that required to change the battery in the pen or to charge up the pen itself. This one doesn't need that. It's always good to go. Another feature that I find really great of a tablet like this one is that it has an absurd amount of pressure sensitivity levels. I say absurd because keep in mind, I am a bit older. I have lived through all the iterations of drawing tablets. So I remember tablets that had in the hundreds of pressure sensitivity levels. And to see now that tablets have over 16,000 levels of that is just mind-blowing to me. That's amazing because that means you get this really nice gradation of line when you use the pressure of the pen and the tablet, and it's not choppy, it's not rough. You can get some really nice lines with this. And oftentimes too, a thing that I notice is that tablets without screens will be a lot more sensitive than tablets with screens. There's probably a very logical reason to all of that, and I can kind of see it, but yeah, if we just look at the experience of it, it's really nice when using a screenless tablet like this one to have this really smooth line going. I quite enjoyed the simplicity of the workings of this tablet. You plug it in, it charges. When it's done, you can unplug it, and it's good to go until the charge runs out, but then you can also plug it and use it while it's charging. So if the tablet runs out of battery while you're using it, you're not losing anything, nothing happens really, because it's just a peripheral. So you have plenty of time to plug it in and to keep working. You can see on the screen through my various sketches just how sensitive the tablet is to the line width and the pressure that I can put in. Now I'm trying to get used to Krita, so I apologize if things look a bit rough. This is a software that I have never touched before, but I got fed up with subscription-based thingies and all that nonsense. Krita is free, it seems to work really well, so I'm trying to get used to it. Trying to teach this old dog new tricks. But yeah, so the tablet worked really well with Krita. I didn't encounter any real issue. Since Krita is a bit different than the main and the most popular drawing softwares, you kind of have to fiddle a bit with the settings if you want to use the buttons on the tablet, because the presets don't quite correspond with the shortcuts in Krita from what I've seen, but it's really nothing that will prevent you from being able to figure it out and to use this combo of software and hardware to draw. I love that the tablet is super easy to install on a Mac computer, which is what I use. Again, me being old, I remember a time when it was really difficult to get things to work on all the different types of computers, and to see that now this is very much simpler, very easy to do, I'm so happy for it. A couple of other little details that I thought I would mention. I quite like this design of tablet. I like how the buttons are set up and the wheel in the middle, because it's kind of a good reference point to more easily figure out which button you're using. When the wheel is at the top and all the buttons are underneath, it's not as visually clear which buttons you're pressing. Does that make sense? Since I know I have 3 buttons on top of the wheel and 3 buttons under the wheel, I know, like, if I'm the first button under the wheel, it's a thing, and if I'm the last button on the tablet, like, it's easier to mindlessly choose the right button. I appreciate the small area to leave your pencil on the tablet. I feel like, again, it's another thing that makes it really easy to, when you have to get up to get some water, go to the bathroom, you kind of have this spot already there for your pen, and as it's part of the tablet, you cannot misplace it really. I've had other tablets that had dedicated pen holders, but they were separate, and they are just as easy to lose on a desk as anything else is. So I would often just, put my pen on my desk and then have a hard time remembering where I put it. So to quickly sum it up, what I like of this tablet, just looking at the physical tablet and the pen and all of that, it's really nicely made, it's fun to use, it's easy to carry around. I love the way the pen is designed. To me, that's really easy to hold and ergonomic, and I like the buttons on it. The material of the drawing area is a really nice sort of matte covering that works really well. I love the limited number of accessories. It's really simple and straightforward, and I really like that. In terms of the way the tablet works within the computer, I think it's also really good. The driver was really easy to set up and to install. You can customize it also really easily, change your buttons, change what kind of settings you like. I've tried it with quite a few softwares. So I've used Affinity Designer with it, I've used Clip Studio Paint, and now Krita with it, and didn't encounter any issues. Like I said, you have to customize the shortcuts accordingly, but that's not really a problem. That's just the way these two things communicate together. I really like the idea of having a wireless tablet too, because this makes it much easier for you to draw. You can move it around, you can change the orientation to be more comfortable. So it's good for your posture to be able to not be stuck in that single position for the whole time you're drawing. There's a thing about drawing tablets without screens that is really more comfortable to use for your neck and your posture, because you're not looking down at something for your whole drawing session. You're looking up at the screen. So that makes it a bit easier on your neck and shoulders and back. On the other hand, you lose a bit of precision by not being able to see exactly where you're going to be drawing. So there's a bit more trial and error on a tablet without a screen, because you kind of have to figure out exactly where to put the stroke. So your undo function gets a lot more use on a tablet like this than on a screen tablet. Another really interesting feature of non-screen tablets is they're much more sensitive and they're much more affordable as well. As I still have the pink tablet, I thought I would compare it with the purple tablet. The purple one is wireless and the pink one is not wireless. So main obvious difference, the pink one doesn't have an integrated pen holder. And then if you look at the buttons, they're quite different. So both have a wheel, which is great. This one is less protruding than the pink one. The pink one is protruding from an area that is also protruding, so it's kind of high. And then you have the button in the middle, and then the purple one has 6 keys, 6 buttons on it, whereas the pink one has 5. On the purple one, the middle button has a little dot in the middle, so that you can sort of feel it with your finger. Same for the middle of the bottom 3 buttons. These have specific symbols on them, so circle, X, plus, minus, and a square. The pink tablet also has this selection wheel to select which mode you're using the tablet, because it has a mode for phone, pad, Chromebook, and customized. This you don't get on the purple tablet. Now the pink tablet only has one little light, because you don't really need the information for the Bluetooth connection and the charging level and all of that, so only one little light is needed, and this is when you have contact of the pen and the tablet and it registers the lights up. Next items, the pens. The pink pen came with a little slip cover like this. Now I guess this is, in a way, you don't get the area in the tablet for the pen, so you get this extra case to carry it. I kind of prefer not having a case like that, because it's just always just not a hassle, but it's an extra step that is not necessary. The pens themselves look identical, except in color. So nib storage for the purple one, and also for the pink one. So all in all, I think these are basically the same, except for the color. So both tablets come with a OTG dongle, and then the cable seems to be pretty much the same too. So this end that goes in the tablet, quite similar, except for the color. Then the length of the cable seems to be the same. And then you have the USB end. Also seems to be the same. So the main item that changes between these two models is the tablet itself. I hope this was an informative video for you. I hope you learned something, hopefully. And I want to say a great big thank you to Parblo for sending me this beautiful palette that I really enjoyed using and that I will continue using. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And in the meantime, have a great day. Thank you for watching and see ya in the next video. Bye bye.